So here we're at the Keithley Creek Cemetery, and it was established at 1881. This was a little bit farther up on the Caribou Lake during the gold rush. There was a huge town here at one time too. Yep. And this is taken care of by the people, the same as the
Howard and
Elaine. And it's called the Likely Cemetery Society. So if you wanted to donate, here's the address and everything. Go in, Jim.
Now the cemetery might have been established in 1881, but it was abandoned. And nothing was here. Then an old Swiss guy who came out here after he retired to be a trapper, and he was a cabinet maker. He was a neat guy. Carl Welty told me he was picking mushrooms in around here, and he stumbled across a headstone for Robert Borland. You can look him up. Pretty famous guy. We used to own a house that was owned by him. You can hear a dog in the background.
Lillian Hutch. Now she was the wife of John of 2 Mile. Wow. Let's try and get in there a little bit. Pardon me, sorry? Lillian Hutch, wife of John H. of 2 Mile. Hang on a second, Jim. This one's older. And this is George Barker.
This is the one we're coming here for.
Okay, this is 1885 and he died in 1955.
Now, like I was saying before, then Wendy took it away from me. When Carl Welty was wandering around here, he found this headstone and Robert Borland, and he recognized Robert Borland's name and stuff like that. And he started looking around, and he seen there was other headstones around here and grave markings. And he started looking it up, and he found out that this cemetery was here, and he started the Likely Cemetery Society for here in Quesnel Forks. There's still people get buried in here. Well, they don't bury. You got to be cremated to be buried here at Quesnel Forks. But
These are all the people from...
Wolseley's are a mining family from out around here, and there's others back there. There's still room in here for other people, but there ain't a lot of people in the community. Now over here, that's the library. We're going there next. Yeah?
I just want to show them Mrs. Veith.
Who?
The Veiths. This is the Potters. They live up down the road here. And this is the one, Mrs. George Veith. That's what I wanted to show you. This one here, in memory of Mrs. George A. Veith, 1870 she was born, and she died in 1893. Only 23 years old?
Yeah, but Veith was Borland's partner. Lots of machinery and stuff. It was marked B and V.
If you go to the museum, I believe there's more about Mrs. Veith.
She didn't live very long.
No.
Shortly there, there was
Bunch of kids, mother
George
of...
really partnered up right around that date with Borland, and
So these are the older ones.
they owned Williams Lake and 150 Mile, and they bought the.
I think they even had something to do in Quesnel, didn't they, the Veiths?
They owned Borland Valley. They owned 150 Mile Ranch, and they went in and they owned all of Pinchbacks Ranching at Williams Lake and Olive Comer. Borland and Veith owned that. And then they owned land out here. But Robert Borland claims in a book that I read that when he had a store up in Yanks Peak for 8 or 9, or maybe it was 10 years, he says $9 million in gold nuggets went through his hands.
So this is Thomas Hayward. He was a miner from Snowshoe Creek, and he died in 1991. That was when the cemetery was built. 1817 was when he was born.
Yeah. Give it to me. I want to take a video of the this. Okay. No. Okay, this is the library. I don't know what Wendy was doing. She didn't want to come over here and show this. She just wanted to do the museum. The Keithley Creek Library. And it is full, but the librarian is not here. But there's lots of books, and you know, it smells like old books. Old newspapers in the roof. We brought a bunch of books down here one time. I'm sure they'll be scattered in there. There's a logbook to sign in. People from Abbotsford. That's nice. 2021. I guess you don't get too many people here. I'm not going to sign it because I live just down the road. Anyway, you can come here. Clock don't work, so probably need the battery. Okay. That's the Keithley. Oh, I'll go take a quick look at this kiosk. But you're not going to get all the detail out of it from me as you will from Wendy. Okay. You can zoom in yourself if you can do it. See what's on there. But this is something you can do on a rainy day out in Keithley. You can come out to Keithley Creek Cemetery and the library. And you hardly even have to get out of your vehicle. That's all for now. Okay.